Hello and welcome. My name is Elora, and let's explore together 3 of the main energies that we can work with when we're working energetically with our body and our energies in our body. We have the vital energy, and vital energy is very much connected to physical energy, our physical body, our connection to the earth, our connection to our breath, our connection to needing food, and all of the things that we require in order to survive and to live. It embodies also our immune system, and it's although it's even though it's everywhere in who we are, its center of gravity, where it resonates with, is connected to the lower Dantian. So it's closer to the earth because it reflects and resonates with that connection and our need for connection and our life force with the earth. And so its center of gravity, although everywhere, its center of gravity is here in the lower Dantian. And then we're going to work with that, and we're going to move just shortly now to the astral energy. So the astral body, the energy of the astral is located in the middle Dantian, and this is the center of the emotions. It's where the heart chakra is as well. And this is its center of gravity is here. Its center of gravity, it's everywhere, but its center of gravity is here. Yeah? And it has a particular frequency and energy, which we'll look into as well. And then we have the mental field. The mental field is, of course, its center of gravity is near the brain, and it's in the upper Dantian, which houses the higher chakras, and the throat is the bridge between the two, and we have the mental field, the mental body up here. So we have the vital energy with its center of gravity in the lower Dantian. We have the astral energy, which is the house of the emotions, which is located in the middle Dantian here, and we have the mind field, which is connected and centered. Center of gravity is, because much higher in frequency, it's closer to the spiritual higher energies, which is in the upper Dantian. And so whether you're working with electric, magnetic, your Reiki symbols, your pranic energies, colors, sound vibration, or vital, astral, mind field, mind substance, whatever substance you're working with, you want to get as familiar as you can with it, so that when you're working on yourself, you can recognize it and then you can work with it. When you're working and healing with someone else, you can recognize what's coming up because you've already spent enough time becoming familiar with the feeling of the substances, substance meaning energy, substance meaning quality, substance meaning texture. Whatever works for you. I like the word substance, so it works for me. Hopefully it works for you too. And so it's very, very basic. And I think when we sometimes, unfortunately, get into working spiritually with energies, we tend to use language or concepts that are very mystical and disconnect people from really instruction-based practicality of being able to understand these things. But I think keeping explanations and instructions and comparing and contrasting what we're doing energetically as close as we can to things that we are very familiar with already, such as mundane activities, is very, very, very helpful, because we want our examples to help us and help our students get really connected to what they are experiencing and what they want. If the examples, or there are not enough examples, and there's just these terms of just feel it, just know it, just be in it, it's very mystical. It doesn't help people. So I'm going to compare this activity that we're doing here, where we're reading we're feeling, we're getting familiar with the resonating frequencies with substances, to something very mundane. So imagine you've got a few trays of different temperature, you've got some really cold water, some warm water, some just cool water, and some really hot, and then you've got really boiling water. So many different trays of water, and you're putting your one hand in one tray very lightly, and then another hand in another tray, and you're finding which one matches which one. There's 2 of each, so there's 2 cool trays of water, there's 2 hot trays of water, and there's 2 other temperatures, and you're putting your hand in each tray to actually feel which one is the same. And your hands, you know right now your hands would know, right? Your hands are great feedback tools. So you putting your hand in the warm one and you put your hand in the boiling one, you know that if they're not the same. And when you put your hand, you finally find the two warm ones, you know that you've located the same temperature. So that's what we're literally just doing that. When we're feeling, engaging which energy we're feeling here, just say if we're working here in the center of gravity here, and we're feeling for that feeling of vital energy, when we're feeling it out here, we then are able to get a match for it on the inside as well. So we're feeling it externally, and then we feel for that match on the inside. Yeah, we feel it out in the field, the astral energy, and then we feel it as a match in the body. We feel, out in the mental field, and then we can feel for, train our awareness. You don't force it. You just relax, unconstrict, and you'll feel it more and feel that same match of that mental quality, mental resonating frequency then on that area on the inside of your body too. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a practice together where we're going to feel the vital field, and then we will feel it and just sense it gently, feel it on the inside and then up through the body with the astral and the mental field as well. So just relaxing your body, becoming as unconstricted as possible, become permeable like a sponge. Because when we're too constricted, we're too tense, when we have too much tension, we're not allowed to merge with substances. Merging means we're not allowed to move and change and transform because there's too much stopping us, there's too much tension holding us back, there's too much constricting us. So unconstrict and place your hands in the field, outside down in this area of your lower Dantian. And just gently mist out your consciousness, very soft, bare awareness. And just focus rather than on pushing your mind to connect, which you may feel you're doing. Instead of doing that, just relax your body, focus on unconstricting all areas that are tense. It's like you're sending your very soft awareness out into the field, and it's sensing. It's not directing, it's just sensing, feeling for a certain frequency. Now don't worry if you don't know what vital should feel like. Just know that its center of gravity is lower, so its actual frequency is going to be denser. And you may not have a good feel for it yet until you get up to the mental field where you are able to compare the densities. You've got one hand in the tray of water that's cold and one hand in the tray of water that's very, very hot, and you're like, oh, so that's what cold is. Oh, and that's what hot is. Sometimes we need to compare very contrasting states, complementary forces, opposing opposites, in order to understand each of them or the other. Yeah. And also some people are much more naturally familiar with vital. Others are much more naturally prone to know and understand the feeling of astral, and others are known, just are more naturally connected to the mental, and the other fields are a little bit harder. We all have that, just like with the chakras. Yeah, just like a singer with certain notes, they find it really hard to sing really deep bass notes, alto notes, but they find it really hard to do, easy to do soprano. Yeah. So just feeling here, and I'll tell you a few pointers on the energy to help you, but also just notice it as almost like an actual density or resonance rather than too much help. So just feeling in the field, misting out your mind, soft, bare awareness, just misting out, reaching out really gently. Just feeling the frequency of the vital energy down here. Just become familiar with the quality, the texture, the resonance of this substance. You can do sound if it has a sound. It might be for you that it's quite a low sound because your hands are in the balancing point that is quite low in your body. So for example, my vital energy is like just what I'm connecting to in this moment. So just feel. And you can also bring your hands closer to your low Dantian physical body. And just notice on touch on your lower Dantian, the resonating frequency. Is it the same? Is your hand in the same temperature of water? Did you find the matching pair? Don't intellectualize it. Don't think about it too much, really. Let your intellect be caught up by your felt experience later. Okay, so let's now move up to the middle Dantian and place your hands out to the sides, gently entering into the resonating field here. And you may already notice that the resonating frequency is higher. Your consciousness is moving up. You may feel there's a pull slightly upwards. Now the astral field is where the emotions are connected. Yeah, a lot of emotions for us humans. There's a lot of things. Most people get sick at the astral level. Yeah, so if most people who are sick, we work with them at the astral. Most people's emotions make them sick. If there is a cause, it will often be the emotions. Relaxing, unconstricting now, misting out your soft bare awareness into the field, the astral field. You may feel a little bit sleepy. This is a common occurrence, effect of being in the astral. Tune in if there's a sound vibration at this level, or a colour perhaps, whatever works for you, or a smell. So for me the sound vibration is like this. You may not be into sound, you may hear the sound internally. I hear it first internally. You don't need to sing it if you don't want to. And don't worry if you can't even hear it. Just feel. Okay, just feel the vibration. It's like, you know, the vibration when someone really angry walks into a room. You can feel it, right? Yeah. You don't even really need to look at them. You just know. You just feel. Okay, so feeling the resonating. It's higher than the vital energy. Okay, you are at a different center of gravity, different spectrum on your being, and then feel close to your middle Dantian. Are you touching the same pan of water? Okay, now moving up higher to the upper Dantian for the mental field. Mist out, feel the field. You can go a little bit higher if you want to. Just notice that the frequency changes as you go higher. Feel that in your hands, feel that in your body, feel that in your spirit. Notice if there's a resonating vibrational sound, whatever it is. The sound for me is quite high because my hands are high. So the sound vibration is high, the mental field is high. It's very fast. It's very different frequency and speed to down here. So if you can place one hand down here and place one hand up there, and you have your hands in different pans and trays of water, you see, different temperature or different frequency. So you're getting familiar. Yeah, you're playing around. It's like inspirational play. So for me, the sound vibration up here is a lot higher. Place your hands on your head. See if it's a match. Yes. Your hands have found the same temperature, the same resonating frequency. There you go. Yeah. In another video, I'll show you how to clear just up from vital, astral, and mental, and catch those three bodies, those three substances, and clear it up through your central channel. So I'll show you how to do that in a video, and it's quite easy. The more familiar you get with the energy, there's a reason why people sweep up like this, in Qigong or in many different practices. There's plenty of photos on Google Image, like spiritual images of women. Often it's women putting their arms up like this. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for this movement up, sweeping up through. And so, yeah, hopefully this has been helpful. And the more you play around with feeling the different vibrational tones of your tone scale, of your spectrum, the easier it will be to work with many other things as well. So I hope this has been helpful, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.